Hello and welcome back to another one. And today we have a top tier rapper, one of the greats, and many vets even consider him to be the greatest, Rakim, in the building. And in a new interview, he briefly touched on Eminem as he discussed about his new book with Wendy Williams. Of course, this is not the first time Rakim has had positive things to say about Eminem, and a couple of years ago, Rakim went into detail about what he thinks about Eminem's ability on the mic. Previously, Rakim even added that if Eminem was black, he would be rated as high as someone like Muhammad Ali, who's generally considered to be the greatest boxer of all time. Now, the truth is, no one knows what it would be like if Eminem was black. And that's like asking you, the viewer, to imagine what your life would be like if you had different parents. And we can debate that all day, but as it stands now, we can only go by what we know. And you can't argue against Eminem's greatness, and that's all there is to it. And after we go through what was said about Eminem, I have some more facts to share about Rakim towards the latter part of this video, so you can get to know more about this legend. So Wendy Williams asked Rakim about what he thinks about hip-hop today, and Rakim's response was that he loves Jay, he loves Eminem, and he loves Nas. But sadly, Wendy Williams didn't let him elaborate on this after Rakim mentioned Eminem, and she jumped in to add some more about why she also agrees with the fact that he loves Eminem. Wendy added, and I quote, "The thing about Eminem that we both agree is that he's such a good storyteller, like you. I like to hear a story, like how long can you rap about stuff and things and diamonds and cars? I like a nice story." Now, before we continue, if you enjoy content like this, remember to smash the like button. The likes are free. They don't cost a thing, and the likes helps the channel grow. And if you're new, also hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Now, even in the older interview, which I did a video on a while back where Rakim had more time to talk about Eminem, he also focused on the fact that when it comes to storytelling, Eminem is on another level, and ain't that the truth? With Eminem, it's more than just the story itself, but how the story is narrated, the delivery, and you can hear the emotions in his voice, and the story comes to life in the listener's head as the song plays. Now, there are other great storytellers in hip-hop, but when it comes to how the story is delivered, in my opinion, no one comes close to Eminem. Think about Stan, for instance. It's a package of a song and a movie put in one, in my opinion. And we also have to give some props to the team responsible for putting that video together, the actors and everyone involved. As the song progresses, you can see how Stan's eyes are changing in the video, and some minor details like in the first verse, you can see him reach out to Eminem on the TV in his basement. It was all love at that point, but as the song progresses, you can see hate in his eyes. That song with the video should be put in a vault in several formats, since who knows what could happen tomorrow. Eminem's got a lot more songs with great storytelling, the likes of When I'm Gone and Legacy, that are also out of this world when it comes to storytelling. I remember the first time I heard Legacy. Despite all we've known about Eminem's past, the song still had a hold on me and I paid attention. The kind that I pay when seeing the likes of The Wire or Breaking Bad. And the thing is, we've already got spoilers of his background for years before that song came out, and still Eminem was able to deliver on the song. That's the kind of storytelling coupled with other strengths that have kept Eminem's catalog of music so alive on streaming platforms, which makes you wonder what people talk about when they say Eminem's music doesn't age well. We can all have opinions, but when it comes to the facts of the matter, there is no other rapper that's been able to see albums from 1999 and the early 2000s do so well on streaming platforms, which is why Eminem leads the pack and remains the only artist from the 90s on Spotify's all-time top 10 most streamed artists list. Rakim respects Eminem's writing ability, just like most top-tier rappers that have achieved something in their careers, and he's achieved commercial success coupled with critical acclaim. The Source magazine once ranked Rakim as the #1 greatest MC. This was back in 2012, and on that list, Eminem also made top 10 and ranked at number 6, and it was Rakim, Nas, Biggie, Jay-Z, Tupac, and Eminem. Funny because Eminem usually makes all these lists regularly, but put M on a list on Twitter and they lose their minds. People love to act like commercial performance doesn't count, but it actually does, because if no one wants to listen to your music, then something's not adding up. That, or maybe you're just like Jerome, who got hyped up by the Source but failed to live up to the hype and still awaits a single certification. Commercially, Rakim did pretty good, with 5 albums released that have earned certifications in the United States, including Paid in Full with Eric B, that's been certified platinum. Paid in Full was also re-rated to 5 mics by the Source magazine, so great critical reception and a platinum certification to go with it. And this is something that Jerome can't relate to, which is why his only bragging point is that his group's album received 5 mics. So there you go guys, Rakim once again gives a shout out to Eminem, and since the original question that Wendy asked was what does Rakim feel about hip-hop music today, the fact that he mentioned Jay-Z, Eminem and Nas says a lot about what he thinks about hip-hop artists right now in the game. So what are your thoughts on this? Like and subscribe if you haven't, and see you on the next one.